Hello, dear friends. This is not like pressing a button. The devil is in the details of the financial reset. Opinion piece, new system, moving carpets, banking changes, turbulence ahead, gradual evolution, last days of duality, geopolitical tensions, proposals are discussed, economic multipolarity, final wave of awakening, new Bretton Woods III. It's not like pushing a button. Reforming the financial architecture. Let's start. Procedures are being drawn up for a new global financial system while the old one implodes. Lawyers and bankers are drafting documents for a new international system that would be phased in starting this fall and continue through 2025. This work is necessary because problems would arise if the details were not properly worked out. There is a lot of cleanup before the new financial system and the new international architecture begin, according to Benjamin Fulford. Meanwhile, the old world order will continue to implode. This means we are going to experience a lot of turbulence as the last ones fight to maintain control of the planet. This adjustment takes time. However, what must be made clear is that this will not be a transfer of power from one secret group to another. The new system will be handed over to the people so that the meek inherit the earth, says Fulford. Opinions. Derek Johnson says the plan and purge is on the way. Puffner said, the unavoidable moving of rags will have to occur before the dispensing of any type of funds begins. We are seeking to know more about the alternatives that awaits us. But for now, the movement is in defense and not so much in actions. There are bank modifications that are also in the works that also need to be configured in how the withdrawal will begin. This has never been a press a button moment of reset, according to Goldilocks. Rather, it has been a gradual evolution toward a new way of life determined by an internal desire of each country to experience a level of freedom through conscious decisions that produce the best in all of us. It is a movement of the body, mind and soul to restore a separation that should never have occurred. As the return to our natural habitat, our lives will be changed forever by any event that calls the highest in us to live in the world as it is. Proposals. Proposals and trends that could lead to significant reforms of the current global monetary and financial order in the coming years are discussed. Some experts argue that we are seeing the birth of a new Bretton Woods III, backed by a basket of commodities, rather than the dollar, which would weaken the euro-dollar system and contribute to inflationary pressures in the West. The summit of the new Global Financial Pact held in Paris in 2023 was seen by some as a possible first step towards the reform of the international financial architecture and governance, with results such as the fulfillment of the objective of transferring 100 billion special drawing rights to developing countries to support financial stability in those countries and establish a new biodiversity fund. Experts in plural, such as Barry H. Green, analyze whether the dollar will continue to be the center of the international monetary system, given the growing economic multipolarity, the elimination of capital controls, the increasing weight of emerging economies, and the emergence of cryptocurrencies and central bank digital currencies. Some analysts consider that geopolitical fragmentation could divide the monetary system into two blocks: the dollar against the Chinese renminbi. Tensions. According to Goldilocks, geopolitical tensions continue to shape global trade. The BRICS nations will continue to grow. The next economy will be determined by the price of gold, not the dollar. Many countries are abandoning the dollar and trading in their own local currencies. To join the BRIC nations, you must own gold to back your country's currency, and then they can be trading patterns within the BRICS countries. Saudi Arabia is expected to join this time in August 2024. This shift from the petrodollar to the petro is expected to the petro yuan, is expected to be a significant change in monetary flow. It will create a more balanced set of demands on local currencies in a way we haven't seen in a long time. These new demands are forming due to geopolitical tension, but in the end, we would have had to move in this direction anyway. A fiat monetary system is simply not meant to last forever. We have been in a transition economy since we abandoned the gold standard in 1973 under President Nixon. Over the past 4 years, new alliances have been formed at sea and on land that will determine new trade routes and new trading partners. These new bilateral agreements between countries will form new trade relationships and new demands on our local currencies. This will change our economy and create new business models that will determine the prices of goods and services through supply and demand. Each country will be backed by gold and other commodities to level the playing field and opportunities in the future. The G20 will meet later this year to discuss and work on countries that still need attention in the global south. The goal of this meeting is to level the playing field in emerging markets. No one is left behind in this global transition. Every effort is being made to include all countries in the world in this new digital asset-based trading system. Events. The president of Iran, Ebrahim Raisi, and the country's foreign minister, Hossein Amiradollah, died this Sunday when the helicopter in which they were traveling crashed near a border with Azerbaijan. According to Mike Adams, regardless of the actual case of the accident, this event is destabilizing, especially given the current tensions in the Middle East. This is part of the reason why gold and silver are soaring. Fuel prices are expected to skyrocket in the coming weeks, triggering even more inflation in the price of food and other goods. The next supreme leader will most likely be Ali Khamenei's son, Mojtaba Khamenei. This would mean a return to dynastic rule in Persia, but this has yet to be decided. Persia could return to the Pahlavi dynasty. They are grooming Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, and he is working with the coalition. The prosecutor of the International Criminal Court has requested arrest warrants against the Hamas leader and Netanyahu. Julian Assange obtains the right to challenge his extradition to the US. Economy. Perfect storm for raw materials. X22 report. Gold is rising and this could mean a rate cut. Authorities want to underwater communication cables. Advice 1. That underwater communication cables could be cut. The US suspects that China is spying through underwater cables. China assures that it has not provided weapons to any of the parties of the Ukrainian conflict. With dire flights from China, Mexico expects a jump in tourism. Disinflation in Mexico is a symptom of economic improvement. India more than doubles its purchase of Russian diamonds despite Western pressure. Reflections. The divine light does not manipulate by Rona Bethany. The divine light does not manipulate, force anyone to do something against its will. Divine love and intelligence will become directors of the will to create, thus ensuring that all physical manifestation will be aligned with the greatest good for all. It is against universal law to take away free will from anyone. Choice is our guide, and when we make decisions slowly but surely, we are bound to the outcome. If we feel that a certain course of action is not appropriate because we need to have a flexible foundations, then we can correct course and make different decisions. The final wave, the final wave of awakening by Keshe. You are no longer at the frequency you were at just a week ago. Your frequency has risen much higher in recent days and continued to rise as you open your heart more and feel the light envelop you and allow the wave of love carry you home. You are in the last days of duality and the matrix of limitation. Tune into the light within your heart and listen to the whisper of spirit. You are being called to return to the realms of the divine. You have reached the final wave of awakening, where you are reaching new realizations of the true self, remembering that love is human nature rising to the highest frequency of light. With this awakening also comes the dismantling of all the old structures. It is very important to release obsolete beliefs that have kept you in the frequency of fear, because fear holds you in the lower energy of the artificial matrix. Turbulence is expected as cleanup intensifies. No one will be immune to the higher light entering at this time. New revelations will occur that will trigger a greater awakening of the masses. This is the final phase of your last life on three-dimensional Earth, just before you return to the divine realm and your realized multidimensional self. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.